Okay, so I'm so sorry that this is late. I was having tons of issues with my laptop. Like, the camera on that has just, it was doing okay for a little while. It is completely gone, or everything is all matched up, and then as it goes on, the delay just gets worse and worse and worse, and by the end, my mouth has completely stopped moving and the sound is just still happening. So it's really bad. And then my camera wouldn't hook up to my computer, so I couldn't upload anything that way. So finally I was just like, the lighting sucks in this room, but I'm gonna use it. Oh, and my friend wrote that on my hand today, which was really mean. Anyways, this week's topic is coming out. So, my coming out story. I adore telling this story. I don't know. I had a pretty easy time coming out. I live in a pretty, like, all-inclusive kind of community kind of thing where everybody's like, oh, you know, whatever sexual orientation, blah, 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 like, everything's good. Everything's good in my town, which is nice. So a lot of my struggle up to coming out was, like, was within me. Like, it was internal. It was this whole, like, do I really want to come out and be, like, different? I know nobody will, you know, like, I kind of knew nobody would care, but I kind of wasn't sure, and there's still all that kind of stuff that you have to remember and, like, deal with. So, I had a crush on a girl for the first time in 6th grade, and from that moment on, I was like, what do I do? Like, oh god, like, what now? You know, it was that kind of a thing. So, I went on, you know, sort of dating guys and having secret crushes on girls, and it wasn't until freshman year, June of my freshman year, which was just this last June, where I finally came out. Because, I had met a girl earlier that year, and we'd become really close, and I kind of started to like her, you know, and I didn't really realize it until I was sitting with her and the person she was dating at that point, and we were in the hallway, and her girlfriend was kind of touching her a little bit, and I was jealous. Like, I was jealous. And I knew both of them really well, so I didn't say anything, and then I was walking with this girl. We were going to my locker, because our lockers were right next to each other, and she was kind of like, I kind of like someone else, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to tell my current girlfriend. And I was like, oh, who do you like? As any good friend would do. And at this point, the sexual tension is just radiating between us, you know? So then she walks me to the bus stop, finally get it out of her just as my bus is coming, that it's me that she likes. We kiss. I came home that day, told my mom that I kissed a girl. She asked me if she was my girlfriend. I said, I'm not sure yet. We sort of texted, worked it out, she was going to break up with the girl she was dating because she was really into me. And yeah, and then I told my mom, I was like, yeah, she's my girlfriend now, and my mom was like, oh, that's cool. And then, so coming out to my family was really easy, and then for a little while, I had some harder times coming out to, like, friends and peers, and to be completely honest, I'm still out as just bi to some people who, because, I don't know, people can handle that one a lot better, because it's like, oh, you still like guys half the time, so that's halfway normal, right? And guys think it's hot. So you don't get as much shit for that, and I feel kind of bad about it, but there are just some people that I'm not comfortable coming out all the way to. I'm working on it, though, and there are definitely members of my family, like older generations of my family, who don't know yet either. But for me, it was easier also coming out with someone that I really cared about standing by my side, you know, so I wasn't coming out as, like, the lone lesbian in my school. That was really nice to have that support, and I had a couple friends who were kind of like, what? Like, a little bit kind of like, whoa there at first, but they all got over it, so I feel extremely fortunate to have had the time that I had coming out. And I know that not everybody has a time like that, so my best advice would be to build a support network, whether you think your family will be more supportive or your friends will be more supportive, or if it's just a couple of friends or one family member. Just come out first to the people you think will accept you the most, so that way when you have to come out to the people you're not so sure about, you'll have those other people to go back to and they can support you. So, and that'll just make it so much easier if you have some sort of support, even if it is just from that one close friend or family member. If you have that, it'll make it easier, and if other people see that you have support, they'll be more willing to be like, oh, I guess it's not that bad, or maybe I can change the way I think to be supportive too. Because really, you have to remember that even though people will treat you like a different person, you're still the same person that you've always been. You're just more honest about one part of yourself than you used to be. And so if people can't look past that, then you don't need them in your life anyways, and you can let them go. Even if it's hard, you can let them go, because they're not the kind of person that you're going to need in your life. Sorry again for this being late. I'm going to try really hard to not make any of my other ones late. So, yeah. I hope you continue to watch, and that you can forgive me.